Raw and Nerdy.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Raw and Nerdy. This is episode number 73. I am Joe the Widget, and I am joined by my fellow co-host, the nerd extraordinaire, Archon.
What's up, everybody? This is Rook's week to work, so it's just me.
And
have
me.
to deal with just me and Widget.
You're not alone, man.
It's true.
I mean, we're so alike in many ways. It's almost like talking to yourself, but not quite, because this voice actually answers back. I don't know where I was going with that.
Is that a cry for help? Like, do you need something? Like, you need some help, man? Like,
No. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just dealing with things, the usual.
I mean, if you're over there talking to voices that aren't talking back, at least they're not talking back.
My head.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this.
If I start arguing with myself and losing, then that's when I'm in trouble.
Or winning.
No,
Should be
see,
arguing
everyone
with
normally
yourself.
wins when they argue with themselves. It's when you start losing it, that's when you gotta seek psychiatric help. But yeah, anyway, my week, before getting that, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Wii tonight, the next step in the gaming evolution of gaming through the ages. We got our top 10s, our bottom 10, top 10, according to Brain Fart, because I'm recording.
Metacritic.
Metacritic, thank you. And sadly, I used to play one of the bottom 10 games, and I played it quite a bit with my family.
Yeah, a lot of people. I'm sure if it's the game I'm thinking it is, a lot of people played that game, so don't feel
Yeah,
bad.
because it was like $5 or $10 game. It was cheap and kind of fun, and it's all right.
It was one of the gimmicks of the Wii, so
Yeah, you're probably most likely right. I'm giving you like a 99% chance.
yeah.
So Rook and I will probably be talking about the Wii U a little bit next week. I don't think we're gonna have like a top 10. I think I played a total of 3 games on that system. So
Yeah, I will not be here next week. I will be on my way down to Florida for spring break. So I
He
will
is
be
out.
enjoying some nice weather for once.
Because
So
the Wii
I
U
will
was
not
the
be
next
here.
on the line, but it was kind of just an upgraded version of the Wii with a little
Yeah, it was-
gaming pad. It was like the crossover between the Wii and the Switch.
Kind of. And most of the games that were on the Wii U were on the Wii as well. So
Yeah.
there's very few exclusives for just the Wii U.
Yeah, most of those were just first-party titles that they'd use just to sell the Wii U.
Right.
So, yeah, it's not too much. But the system after that is the PlayStation 4. That is the very last system I personally owned. So it's going to be a hard one for me to go over, because I might have too many games I could talk about, especially if we include games from the first console VR headset. So I don't know how we're going to handle that. We might do like a little top 3 or top 5 of that you and I could do
For the VR.
for the
Yeah, 'cause
VR.
I have a stack sitting next to me of like 8 VR games, so
There were at least 5 I played religiously.
same, at
So,
least.
Yeah, we can do like a top 5. You and I will do our usual top 10 for PlayStation 4. Then we can hit the VR games and
Okay.
see. That could be fun.
And that won't be next week, but it'll
No.
be the following.
The following week. Next
When
week
we're
is
all
gonna be
back.
me and Rook BSing and talking about the Wii U and whatever else we decide to talk about in the Nerd Kingdom. Hey, if you guys want to give us topics to talk about on this show, feel free to do so in our Discord. Discord.gg/Raw Podcasts. We talk about it all the time because it is the place to be.
That it is.
So, you and I are both big Minecraft fans.
We are.
We've made that very evident on the show, and it was hilarious how I got my start in Minecraft. It was when it was back in alpha. I was running my own dojo. I was teaching my own martial arts school, and 2 of my students, they lived above my dojo. So they asked me to come over one night. I said, hey, you gotta check out this game we've been playing. We're addicted. We can't stop playing it. Went up there and looked at it, and it was this blocky game called Minecraft I never heard of. I watched them play it, hated it, said, it's nothing but blocks and bad graphics. Are we rolling back now? So I didn't touch it. It wasn't until they gave me a copy of it that I decided to sit down and give it a shot, and I don't think I stopped playing it that night until 3 o'clock in the morning, from like 6 p.m. to 3 o'clock in the morning. And ever since then, I was hooked, and I've done so much with that game. Even Archon and I were building our MMORPG server, which I still have everything for. I just gotta get it going.
I would have to remember how to do everything, like all the commands and stuff for building. Like, I completely forgot all those. I think I have a file somewhere though.
Yeah.
I think I made a file with all the commands so that I would
It
not
might
forget
still
them.
actually. I thought I grabbed it from my brother's computer. I have to look because I had it on his computer because we're using his computer as a server when he was away. But now I can run it on my computer just fine.
Mhm.
So I might have to pull the files off of his computer and then do that. So it might be a week or 2, but we can get back into that.
I'm not gonna be here for a little while anyway.
Yeah, when you get back from your break.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a new update coming out. I think there's been at least 2 major updates since I've played the game. last, and I've been
Been a
itching to
couple,
get
yeah.
back into it. Yeah, you've been back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about their new Spring to Life coming this month, which there's only like 8 days left this month, so it's going to be coming in the next week. Or they're
Right.
liars. And the things that they mentioned a lot of was that they're adding unique blocks to each biome. So they're trying to separate the biomes to make them more evident that they're different. And they changed the mobs to be biome specific. So there's different chickens, pigs, cows based on the biome. And they added more sounds and particles to the game to make it feel more alive. So trying to enrich the biomes, basically.
Plus, on top of that, they also announced that they're working on another update after this one, which is called the Vibrant Visuals update, which they're saying that the beta for that is expected soon, but there's no official release date yet. But it's basically like playing the game with shaders. If you've ever played the game with shaders, it makes the game look a lot nicer and
Oh, it's
like
the only way I can play the game now.
makes the graphics a lot better. But get this, I just read further into this article. At this point, Mojang has not announced the official release date, but you won't have to wait long. While the beta for Vibrant Visuals is expected soon, the Bedrock release is coming soon, so it's coming to Bedrock and Java.
Nice.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah,
Being able to play Bedrock with it looking nice.
The first time you and I actually played Minecraft together was on Bedrock Edition, so that your daughter could play.
Yeah, I actually like the Bedrock version. I love what you can do with the Java version with all the mods and stuff, but I like the Bedrock version because I can play it on my phone, I can play it on my tablet, I can play it on my PS5 and play on the same server no matter what I'm playing on. Whereas with the Java version, you can't do that.
Nah, it's PC
You can only,
exclusive.
yeah, you can only play with it on the PC. So, like, I like being able to just, switch and play it wherever I want and still be able to play it, or have my daughter log in on the PlayStation, or one of my sons log in on their Switch or something and still be able to play with us. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
So,
We had fun with that server. I remember building my whole base and stuff like that underground because it was the first time I played in the Caverns update.
yeah, and I built that massive, really sweet looking bridge that went over to this awesome freaking, like, inn that was just, like, took me forever.
And that little gift you gave me in my cavern I had a minecart that went to the surface. And
Yeah.
as it came in, he built like a skull, was it?
Yeah, it was
Around
like
the
this
mouth
big
of it?
skull mouth tunnel that you go through. It was pretty cool.
That game was too much fun. And I've
Yeah.
always been addicted to the whole redstone principle in that game. So if you're really into engineering, that is
yeah.
a blast. The things you can do with redstone is incredible. I used to do some amazing things with it.
And being able to go back and play the Bedrock version, with the kids and around and friends and stuff, but with the updated graphics, kind of digging that idea. That sounds kind of cool to me.
Yep. I see having to update the server again in the future. That was
Based
just a
on
nightmare.
Based on the photos and stuff that I see, it looks like they're kind of making it look more similar to like the graphics you'd see in the movie.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a little bit more updated,
I gotta check this
but
out.
it's kind of looking like it's called the Vibrant Visuals. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
vibrant visuals.
I mean,
Definitely
not quite
shaders.
like the movie. Yeah.
It's about time they included shaders into the game because that was.
Makes the water look more like water.
Yep. The shading looks realistic and looks awesome. The sun, but when you get like a real shader, they actually change the sky, the clouds. I was gonna say clouds and sky at the same time for some reason. The scow. It's like something out of Avatar. They put real clouds in and actual circular moons, or they'll do like a realistic square moon. One of my favorite shaders.
Yeah, the one that I used a lot was this one called Patrick's, and that one I loved because it made the trees look all real, and like the vines would be hanging down and in your way, and like it just made everything look so much better.
This is really, really making me want to play Minecraft again.
Well, I'm already doing it,
Big
so
time. Yep. See, I put it in my notes. I've been looking for another game to fill my time in when I get time that's more relaxing. And yeah, that's it. It's gonna be Minecraft. Got to update it.
you should.
The question is, do I do Java or do I do Bedrock?
Depends. If you want to play with me, then we can figure that part out.
Yeah, you and I could play on any of them though.
We used to have a pretty cool Bedrock server. We could start a Bedrock server. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I'm game. So and
Minecraft
I can't wait for the Minecraft movie. I'm gonna talk about it when I go see it. I'm gonna see it on the 4th.
Me too.
Drag my lady to go see it. Call
My
it a
plan
birthday
is
gift.
to see it. My plan is to see it on the 4th. I'm gonna tell my wife I'm going for your birthday.
Great. Hey, last year you actually went to a movie with me on my birthday.
I did.
That was
we went
amazing.
we went and saw Ghostbusters.
It was terrible.
It was not great, but I mean it was cool.
That was such a good time last year. That's when me, Rook, and Archon went to WonderCon for 3 days. We're not doing it this year, though. Too many things in the way, even though I live 45 minutes away from WonderCon.
Yeah, I'm going to Florida this year. Sorry.
It happens.
I'm going to ride the Velocicoaster. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I love roller coasters.
One of the best roller coasters in the U.S.
You gotta tell me what that's like.
I can't wait.
I worked a lot this week, like usual, and on Friday I had to work alone. 2 years ago, that would have been no big deal, especially on a Friday. It would have been boots on the desk type of scenario, but not now. The union I work for has grown almost like 180%, and we've gotten so much busier that doing it alone, I had to put employees in a queue. I've never had to do that before. And I had it sometimes 3 or 4 people waiting for me to get to them to help them. Because one of my coworkers broke something, didn't tell us what the fix was, and went on vacation for 2 days.
Oh.
So I had to figure out how to fix it. So that was most of my Friday morning. And then I did learn, and I did have one of my coworkers working. His name is Chris, but he has only been with the union for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So he's brand new. So a lot of employees don't know about him, and yeah.
So send the problems. Send the employees with the easy problems to him.
Yeah. So that was a whole bunch of fun. But then I did get word that there's rumors I'm going to be getting the office I want soon. And I really hope that's the case. I need an office. They have me in a cubicle right now, and I have computer equipment everywhere, about 30 grand worth, just out there in the open. When I was working on Friday, they had a whole bunch of members coming in doing the Easter thing right outside of my cubicle, so it was difficult. Yeah.
And you need an office, dude.
I do. Bad. I need a room. I handle all the hardware for the entire union. I need a workbench, and I just don't have that right now. So it's been very difficult. And yeah, it's just been crazy. I have to go to San Diego 3 times and possibly 3 times the next 2 weeks for a total of 5 days. I'm going to be there Tuesday and Wednesday for an event, and then I might have to go on Saturday next week to work.
Ew.
And then I have to go Monday and Tuesday, with my birthday being that Tuesday.
I'd say no, I'm taking that day off.
I wish, but I'm trying to get a promotion, so I'm trying to, be
You just
available.
got a promotion.
Very slight. They're opening up the assistant IT director position soon, and that's a massive upgrade. Massive promotion. So I want it. So I'm doing everything I can to get it.
That'd be cool.
And my lady and I watched A Knight's Tale she watched it for the first time last night.
Oh, fabulous movie.
One thing I noticed when I put it up on Peacock to watch it, that the IMDb was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was a mediocre rating. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that movie's amazing.
That's one of those cult classic movies that didn't get well received by critics, but like everybody loves it.
Yeah, everyone I know has absolutely loved that movie. I'm pretty sure she liked it. I didn't ask her because we watched it before we went to sleep last night. So I got to ask her. Great movie. I love that movie. Another one off the list of her movie education. And I finally got some gaming time in this weekend. I didn't have much planned. I did laundry and the gym. That's it. And a few things around the house. So I got to play Avowed. I got some good time in it. So I'll talk about that on this coming Friday.
Yeah, I won't be here.
Yeah, you won't.
I won't get back until Friday, so.
But I'll let you know I did complete the 4th zone.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I'm in the garden.
The garden. Yeah, you got some work to do.
Yep. And there's a couple of mobs in there that are a nightmare to deal with, so it's fun. I'm pretty sure you know which ones I'm talking about, too.
Yes, sir. Have fun.
And that's all I can remember my week. It's been crazy.
My week has consisted yet again of a lot of working out. Been playing some EverQuest, obviously. We've been doing a couple trial runs of our new raid. We have... This week is when the new expansion comes out on Thursday, and we're doing like another one of them all-nighter. Except it won't really be an all-nighter. It starts at like 2 in the afternoon, and will probably be done by like 2-3 o'clock at night my time.
So again, you're doing it again where you're leaving for a trip right before the release of an expansion?
No, I'm leaving right after.
Oh, I meant right after. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving on. The expansion comes out, and then I'm leaving Saturday morning. So like, it'll be fine. I'll be able to do. I actually like it this way because I'm gonna do the all night thing Thursday night, be done by like 3 o'clock in the morning Thursday night, and then all those raids will be locked for a week anyway. So I'll be gone next week. So I'll be locked out of the raids, and I'll be gone. So by the time I get back, I'll be back on normal raid schedule. So it'll work out perfect.
Yeah, we need to start a server so I can play on it a little bit while you're gone.
On Minecraft?
Yep.
Oh, I'll have my iPad and my phone with me. I can play in the car on the way down.
Fair enough. Okay.
Not leaving me out of a good time. Come on now. I'm gonna be in a car for 9 hours on Saturday and 9 hours on Sunday. I gotta have something to do while I'm in the car. I mean, I'll be driving part of it, but thankfully, my wife kind of gets motion sickness when she's not driving, so she'll need to be driving a lot of the time.
I
And
get
then
that way too. I am
my
not a
daughter,
good passenger.
my daughter can also drive, so like we'll make her drive some of it too. But for the most part, I mean, it's gonna be me and my wife. 9 hours in the car with 4 kids.
Oh, you're
This
gonna
will
have
be fun.
so much fun.
I have a feeling the easiest one's gonna be the 3-year-old.
I've never had 4 kids at once, other than having my nieces and nephews with me. But I only had the two, Timmy and Ivy. So that was bad enough on long road trips.
Yeah. Well, we made sure that like every hotel we stop at has a decent, well, based on the pictures, a decent looking gym, so I can still go, get a few reps in and stuff, and get some walking in and stuff on the treadmill, and you know, do a few things so that I'm not losing it for the week I'm gone. Because I've been making a lot of progress, getting pretty close to my first goals, which is exciting for me. Weird thing I did this week. Anybody who knows me like well knows that I don't really enjoy musicals in any way, shape, or form.
We're the same on that. I hate them.
But my wife wanted to go see a play that was put on by one of the high schools here in town at like the event center
Oh,
here
so
in
you
our
have to go
town.
see a live musical. That's even better.
So last night we went and saw Singing in the Rain. And
Great. That song's
I
been stuck in my
actually
head now.
I actually had a pretty fun time. It was really good. The school did a really good job with it. The actors were really good. I felt really bad for the lead actor because he's been working and working and working to put on this play, and I guess like the day before, the first night that the show went on was Friday. We went Saturday, and it was only playing for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday morning, he woke up sick with like no voice, and he still has to perform all these songs and do all these
Oh no.
dances. And the way they did it is a lot in the musical. There a lot of stuff is like projected on the screen. Some of it's already pre-recorded, so he couldn't have an understudy come in and take over for him because his scenes are already recorded, and it would look really weird if one person's on the stage and one person's on the recording. So he just plugged through it, and he did a really good job but you could definitely tell that his voice was not there. And like
Oops.
he was singing a lot lower than like really really quietly in a lot of parts, and just because he couldn't get it out, but he did a really good job. And then my wife convinced well my wife didn't convince me. This was actually something I wanted to watch, surprisingly enough. I don't know why, but Wicked is now on Peacock, so I was like, I want to check it out because I really like the book. I read the book Wicked, and it's been forever. I didn't remember any of it, so I was like, all right, I just want to watch it. So we watched Wicked, and I enjoyed the crap out of that movie too. Like it was so good.
I heard it was pretty good, actually.
I actually watched 3 movies this week, and one of them I was looking forward to talking to it. I'm glad I just remembered. I was looking forward to telling you about it. You should. I highly recommend you watch the movie The Electric State on Netflix.
Yeah, I've watched about half of it in pieces, so I did see the ending. I missed about maybe 30 minutes of the beginning of it
Oh, it's so good.
because my lady was watching it.
I liked it so much.
It was,
And
from what I saw of it, it was really cool.
And it's funny because like we talk a lot on the show about like the whole like AI and robots taking over and all this, and like that's literally the plot of the movie is like a big war between humans and robots, and the aftermath it causes. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. It was really good though. And then
Chris
the other
Pratt
movie,
was in it, so I mean,
and Millie Bobby Brown, who's
Yeah.
like big from Stranger Things and stuff, and they both did a great job. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. Highly recommend. But anyway, the other movie I watched was also on Netflix. They put Craven the Hunter on there,
oh,
which has been widely
criticized.
criticized. People say that it was worse than Madam Web. It made Madam Web look good, and that's been widely known as a terrible movie. But I'm gonna tell you, I watched it and I enjoyed every minute of it. I really enjoyed watching it. I mean, there was some cheesy parts of it that were like, that was.
There was a lot of inconsistencies in the movie too.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of a suspension of disbelief type of thing. But like the movie itself was pretty good. Like I
thought
enjoyed it. It was a good action movie.
I thought it was okay.
You watched it?
Yeah, I went and saw it
Oh.
on me and my lady's second date.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
went and
I
watched
liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought
We were
like
both about it.
it's really weird to see that like like one of my favorite movies from a while ago was the movie Kick-Ass. Like
Mm.
as a superhero film, it's funny, it's campy. It was like I really enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed the characters in it and stuff. And the fact that like the main character from that movie, the dude in the green suit, is the guy who plays Kraven the Hunter. And now he's like super jacked. Like he doesn't even look the same anymore. Like you wouldn't even know that it's the same guy. It's like crazy to
Some
just
of the things that these actors do to transform themselves for these roles is incredible. Almost to
oh,
an unhealthy standard sometimes.
they have like the world's best physical like personal
Oh, yeah.
trainers and stuff though, telling them exactly what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, what exercises to do at what time to get the best results. So I mean,
I wish I had that money and that time to do it like they do.
I
I would get my goals in no time. I've been working at it for what, 9, 10 months now, and
I'm
I'm nearly at my goal weight. Not at my
yeah,
fit weight though.
yeah. I got a lot of work to do, but I am almost to my first goal, which is 20 pounds down, and I'm just over a month in, so I'm crushing it, man. Like I've been working really, really, really hard.
You and Rook are both doing
Yeah,
very good with it.
yeah, Rook's doing awesome. He sent me a before and after picture the other day because I sent him one, and
He
he's like,
posted
"Yeah,
that
you came."
actually on our chat, our Discord.
Oh, did he?
Hmm.
But he's like, "Yeah, I don't really see any difference." I was like, "I do." Like, what are you talking about, dude? That shirt fits you way better. It's like way looser, and like you can definitely see it. So
Yeah, he sent a
yeah,
before and
it's.
after. I mean, he looks, kind of pissed off in the second picture, but he's at work.
I mean, yeah,
You can
that's
definitely
Rook.
tell that some of the gut has definitely gone down. He looks better.
Mm-hmm. Looking healthier, and he's still working at it, and that's awesome. I love the fact that me and him encourage each other every day. Like he sends me at least one text every day, and I chat with him while I'm at the gym and stuff because yeah, he's been a big encouragement for me. Yeah, I'm getting addicted to the results. I love it. Like one of my best friends keeps telling me, "Gotta make sure you get your rest days in there." I'm like, I can't. Like I can't not go. Like I cannot work muscle groups, and I could just go run on the treadmill
To
and
be
like
serious
maybe do the
though,
total body
at
enhancement.
least
Like, but
at least one day without working
I
out
can't.
is key. It's important.
I I don't work out. I just go and like I'll go and get on the treadmill and like run for an hour or something. Like I don't work out. I'm not working any muscle groups. I'm not
Well,
like
you are. You're
lifting
working out your
anything.
legs
Well,
and your lower back.
I'm always work. I'm always working my legs, but I can't. See, I am the type of person that once I take a day off, I'm gonna be like, well, now I'm sore and I really don't feel like going today, and then I'll take 2 days off, and then it'll turn into 3 days off, and then soon then I'm not going. And I can't. I don't want to get into that mentality. I can't even let myself. And I've tried. I've tried not going. There was one day I didn't go to the gym, and then I ended up walking on my treadmill downstairs in my basement. Like I couldn't not do it. Like I just had to. I don't know. I can't describe it.
I
So
get it. I go 6 days
it's
a week
working.
when I
It's
can.
working.
Okay, this whole Planet Fitness, because all three of us joined that gym now, and they have this total body enhancement thing that I thought was completely gimmicky. I still think the light is completely gimmicky and just doesn't do anything. It's just a red light. But the whole shaking thing, surprisingly, makes me sore as hell. I was at 66% power today for the first time, and if I go 100%, my skin's going to just fall off. It's going to shake it right off. But my legs are so sore right now, I do not want to get out of this chair. And I didn't do anything
Yeah.
but my usual treadmill. So that's the only explanation I can think of is doing that to me.
And I've actually like done some research on the science behind the red light thing, and it is actually helpful. It is a real thing. There is science behind it. So I mean, it's not just gimmicky, but I don't know. We'll see. I do that
Alright.
too. I try and do that like at least 2 to 3 times a week because that's what they recommend. They don't recommend you do it every day, Joe. They
Yeah.
recommend that you have at least 24 hours in between.
I did it 3 days in a row to check it out. But I'm not going
Yeah.
to do it tomorrow.
I do it. I generally do it on like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is my current schedule since I started it. I like it. It's I don't know. The weird. It's weird. And like the hardest thing for me is like I don't. For some reason, it says don't lock your knees, and I keep finding myself locking my knees, and then I have to like try and loosen them up, and it's like it feels weird standing here with my knees like loose and not locked.
Maybe that's what I
So
was doing wrong.
locking your knees.
Yeah, it might have been here and there.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're talking
Um,
about the Wii tonight, unless there's anything else you have going on.
No, that was it. Wii. Let's get to the Wii.
It was released November 19th, 2006 in the US. Just a little bit before that in Japan, of course. They always release in Japan first, Nintendo. And in December 2006, it hit most of the rest of the world. But there was a bit of a shortage for the systems because they did sell out quite a bit in the beginning. And certain places like Hong Kong didn't get it until December of 2009. Many countries didn't get it until 2008. It released with a price tag of $249.99, which is $405 today. It became a social phenomenon in 2007, and like I said, it sold out in many parts of the U.S. I remember it in Buffalo being sold out everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean it was the first time something crazy new came out. Like it wasn't your standard system. It wasn't just your play with your like grab your controller and play a game. Like you actually had to get up and move around and move your hands, and these motion controllers were like something completely just revolutionary at the time.
Yeah, they were spot on. Really good, actually. I was surprised. It did feel gimmicky to me for a while. I didn't buy one until like 2008.
The Wii also had another fun fact for it. It led to the rise in TV sales because so many people were launching their Wii remotes into their television and having to buy new televisions because they didn't read the instructions and put the straps on. Yeah.
It's a waste of time, and they put their controller through the TV. Yeah, there's so many videos of that out there.
Oh.
In large, the Wii was shunned by the core gaming audience, and it was deemed as too much of a casual gaming experience. Wii was discontinued in 2013, and despite that, there were some developers that continued to make games for the Wii well past 2013 into 2015. In building the Wii, Nintendo did not aim to outpace the performance of their competitors. They couldn't, which is the first time they've ever done that on a system. Because in the previous consoles, they were always trying to be the better graphic provider and things like that. They built the Wii from commercial off-the-shelf hardware rather than seek out customized components. This helped reduce the cost of the Wii system to consumers, which it was the cheapest system at the time. Miyamoto said, originally I wanted a machine that would cost $100. My idea was to spend nothing on the console technology, so all the money could be spent in improving the interface and software. Yeah, it was definitely not the most graphically advanced system out during that time. Not even close, but...
And that's what Nintendo's been doing since the Wii, though. They're not aiming to be graphically the best. They're aiming to hit a specific market, which they do well. They did that well with the Wii.
It's a smart move because they really can't compete with tech giants like Sony and Microsoft.
Right, not in the graphical department.
No.
But in sales, they're competing just fine because they did well with the Wii.
That's what I was referring to. They can't compete with the technology-wise.
Right. But like the Switch, again, it has its own market. It's portable. You can bring it wherever you want and play, and it's one of the best-selling consoles out there. So, like, they're doing something right. It's not the best graphical system, obviously, but they're doing something right. And it started with the Wii.
I've always said it for the longest time. I still think it holds true. If Nintendo would release their license on their core games, which is what sells their systems for the most part, they would make so much more money because there's enough of a difference in their system to where the people will still buy it for the capabilities, and their games would sell like hotcakes everywhere else.
I don't know about that. I think if Nintendo were to release a licensing to like Mario and Zelda and stuff, they would end up going out of business.
Oh no, they'd make a ton of money.
They would end up going out. They would make money off of those games, but they'd end up going out of business. People would still buy the Switch probably for the portability of it.
Save themselves by doing that.
And then they don't make consoles anymore. Like they're gone, like in the console world.
Yeah,
so
they dished it and then licensed out their first party gaming to everywhere else and started making games for the PlayStation and Microsoft, and they started booming. They're one of the biggest game manufacturers there is now.
Yeah, but Nintendo is still booming and not doing it. So
I'm just saying, I think they can make more money, just from my experience. But we do have our top 10s.
We do.
You got that. Good. Would you like to go first this time, sir?
Sure, I can go first. So in true Archon fashion, I got my 2 honorable mentions.
Naturally.
And both of them are games that you can't play without sweating. Number 1 is Wii Fit Plus. I love the Wii Fit, the Wii Fit game. Like, that was the first time I ever like worked out while playing a video game. I mean, it was fun, and then they had all the little mini games that like made you think you were playing a game, but you were really exercising, and it kind of tricked you.
Yeah,
I liked how they did that because it got me doing it. Number 2, I played this game one time for about 4 hours straight and couldn't lift my arms after, and that was Punch Out
Oh
for the
yeah.
Wii. Oh man. And some of the bosses were hard. Like it wasn't like it's not like Punch Out for the NES. Like this man, you actually got a box
Yep.
while holding those little controllers, and it was tough. But into my regular list, number 10 is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I never played it.
It was different. It was a lot different of a game. The way that you could like kind of morph into a wolf during different parts was kind of cool. The story was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I did beat it like every other Zelda game out there, but it was good enough to make number 10. Number 9 was Skylanders Giants. I talked
Oh
about
yeah.
Skylanders on another system, but this one I played Giants like crazy, and I still have all the figures downstairs. And I have a Wii still. I still have a Wii. Yes, I do. I have a Wii U actually, but I have a Wii too. And yeah, I got all my little figures downstairs, and I kind of want to hook it up and start playing it with my kids because I think my son would love it. Number 8 was the new Super Mario Brothers, the one in the red case. That was the 4-player one where you could jump on each other's heads and knock each other down ditches, and it caused massive family fighting.
That wasn't
Loved
Super
it.
Mario Bros. Wii, was it?
No,
Okay, I didn't think so.
that was new Super Mario Bros. That was the one. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Well, it's new Super Mario Brothers Wii. I don't know. Is it the one you're thinking of?
I have to look that up. Continue.
The one where you have the little helicopter hat, if that's what you're thinking. Number 7 was my first turn-based RPG type game on the list. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. All the Fire Emblem games are really, really good, but this one in particular stood out. There's not a lot of role-playing type games on the Wii, so this was one that I really got into because I'm a big RPG fan.
The biggest failure of the Wii, because one of the things I loved about Nintendo systems was the RPGs.
I know.
And they didn't really have anything.
But then they started selling all their RPGs, like all the companies started going to like PlayStation stuff, like Square and all them, like all the good ones.
Yeah.
So number 6 was Wii Sports Resort. I don't know. There's something about those Wii Sports games, man. The regular sports came with the system, but the Resort was a little bit better. It was the upgraded version. You had to have the special enhanced controllers to play it, but it's like
the bowling was 1,000 times better than the Wii Sports.
Oh, I love the bowling. I love the joust where you stand on the platform and have to knock each other off.
Frisbee game was my favorite. Like they had Frisbee golf, and they had that the dogs, the catching one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got really into that.
Yeah, I loved it. My next one, number 5, is the other RPG on the console, Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade is another series that's really, really good, and I heard that they just discounted Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Switch, and I might have to get that because it looks good. I haven't played that one yet. Number 4 is my next Mario game on the console, Super Mario Galaxy. One of the best Mario. Oh, it's one of the best Marios out there. I actually got it I got the Mario Anniversary Pack thing on the Switch. That came with it's got like Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy on it.
Oh yeah.
Which are like 3 of the best. Well, Sunshine is iffy, but the other ones are the
never
best.
Played any of those.
You never played Sunshine?
Nope.
The one where you got the water tank on your back, and you never played the Super Mario 64.
No, Super Mario 64 I did. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That one.
That one's also on there.
That was the last Mario I played.
Yeah, that one's awesome. You haven't played the new ones? Oh, dude, the ones on Switch are awesome.
I don't have a Switch.
You're gonna have to remedy that, man.
Maybe one day.
You're missing out on some good games. And my number 3 is my last Mario game on the list, and that's Mario Kart. That's one that I played with my daughter a lot and my nephews growing up. We played a lot of Mario Kart. That was back in the good old days when I used to be able to beat my daughter at Mario Kart. Now she is like some type of wizard, and I cannot beat her at Mario Kart anymore. She's phenomenal at that game, and I hate it because I don't like there being games that she can beat me at. But it is what it is. My number 2, bought this game the day it came out, stood in line. I got the limited edition Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword that came with the golden. It came with the golden controller with the Triforce like symbol on it.
I mean that literally because I thought that would be your number 1. It's
not. It's not my number 1. But yeah, it doesn't get as much credit as a lot of the Zelda games, but it's in my top 3 of it's my number 3 Zelda game of all time. It's right behind Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Number 3. Love that game. So much fun. Like the whole game takes place in pretty much in the sky, and it's sweet. You got
Tears of the Kingdom is the reason why I wanted to get a Wii or a Switch.
Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah, I still like Breath of the Wild better. But Tears of the Kingdom is still great. But I think it just copied what Breath of the Wild did.
I like the new mechanic they added to it. That's what really got me interested.
Which one?
Was where you could build your vehicles.
Oh, yeah. That is cool. I agree. That is pretty cool. But in Breath of the Wild, if you do everything, you get this really cool motorcycle that looks like it looks like a horse, but it's a motorcycle, and that's pretty awesome too. So, and my number 1, I cannot tell you how many hours I've played this game. Played it with my kids. Played it with anybody who ever wanted to play this game. Was Just Dance 2. And yes, I know that sounds really weird for me.
Yeah, that was an off one. I would have never guessed that.
That is my number 1, Just Dance 2, because holy cow, did I get so much family time out of this game. Me and my daughter would compete to try and get the high score and master every single song available on there, and we absolutely loved. I mean, we loved Just Dance 1, 2, and 3, but 2 was our favorite because it had the best songs. I still
out of all your lists, I think that's probably the most surprising result.
Just Dance?
Yeah.
I don't look like somebody who'd be up there dancing? Come on now.
No, that it would be your number 1.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. And it's my number 1 just based on the pure amount I played it. I played it so much. That's my list.
Fair enough. Mine's different. But surprisingly, we have 2, not just 2 of the same games, but 2 in the exact same spot.
Huh.
The odds of that are slim to none. My number 10 is Wii Fit. Because when I got that thing, I got hooked on it and did a lot, way too much. More than was recommended, which wasn't a bad thing for that. And see, the thing is about my list is most of my games, except for 2, were all games I play with my family. I was grown, but I would still go home and play with my family constantly.
Yeah, there was one thing that the Wii didn't have that every other, well, at least at first it didn't have, that all the other systems had that bothered me, was it didn't have the rechargeable batteries. So I went through a lot of batteries in Wiimotes and in
the
Wii Fit board.
Lots of them. Double A's galore.
Mm-hmm.
My number 9 is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 10. I was disappointed didn't have, 2 players that could do the tour together. But the fact you could use your Wii remote to do your golf swing was addicting.
Did you have the little plastic thing that you put your Wii in that made it look like a golf club?
No, that was too distracting. It did throw me off not having the weight of a club in my hands. I play golf a lot in real life, and it threw me off. So my swing was goofy at first. Number 8 is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. I've been a fan of those games since the GameCube.
Yeah, they're fun.
Number 7 is Pikmin. That's one of the only single-player games, one of 2 single-player games on my entire list. And that was because of my ex. She was hooked on it, and I wound up playing it and enjoyed it. Wii Sports Resort, number 6.
Hey.
Like I said, it's the Frisbee and the bowling made that game way too much fun. Played the snot out of it. And yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wii is the same as New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's my number 5.
That's your number 5, okay.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't really play with too many people because it was fight-inducing.
So what other game did we have in the same place? Curious here.
Yep. Number 4 is WarioWare Smooth Moves. For a family game, that thing was wickedly fun. The mini games were Mario Party-esque and just weird.
Huh.
It was a lot of fun. My number 3 is Mario Kart Wii.
There it is. Okay.
Yep. That was one of my favorite Mario Karts ever. And I remember getting those little controllers you could snap into it, the plastic steering wheels.
Okay, so you played with that gimmicky thing, but not the other gimmicky.
Right, the other gimmicky thing was to distract.
We definitely had the steering wheels, too. We had the steering wheels for sure.
Right. Number 2, Mario Party 9. Played the snot out of that with the family. And the mini games were a blast with the Wii remote. My number 1 was the only other single-player game I did, and I played the snot out of it because I'm a huge fan of the series, Donkey Kong Country Returns. And I played that game more than either game on the Wii by far.
Forgot about that game. I did like that game.
Oh, it was a blast. They went back towards the core mechanic of what made Donkey Kong Country so much fun. It was great. And then they had, what was the other one? There was another Donkey Kong Country that came out after that was a lot of fun too, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, that's my top 10. Simple, easy. And it was the only 10 games I can remember playing all the time. Now,
Sure.
They had it. Let's go into Metacritic. This is where things get interesting. Where did my list go for Metacritic?
Not too bad. I mean, a lot of games I picked are in the top 10.
So your 10 top Wii games, one of them I would have never ever expected because I never heard of it.
Me either.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Number
Never heard of
4.
that game.
Number 4.
Yep.
But number 1 was Super Mario Galaxy, which makes sense. I heard nothing but amazing things about that game. Number 2 is
Oh, it
Super
is
Mario
great.
Galaxy 2.
Yep.
3
They're both
was Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And number 4 is one that we both never heard of, The World of Goo.
It looks like it says it's a WiiWare game, which means it's one that you could only buy off the shop.
Right.
I didn't really buy many off the shop, so that's probably why.
Never heard of it. Number 5 is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. There's a shocker. 6 is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which makes sense. I heard Twilight Princess was a lot better than Skyward Sword.
The story's better.
Yeah. 7 is Rock Band 2. Those were always big popular games. I never got into them. Never was into rhythm games at all. 8, Xenoblade Chronicles. Number 9 was Rayman Origins. Never really played the Rayman games either.
Me either.
And 10 was Rock Band 3. So, and a lot of the games I like to play that were not even on the top, like 50.
Yeah. Metroid Prime, the trilogy, just missed the list.
Barely.
Those are... See, I didn't like the first-person shooter Metroid games that much. I'm a fan of the old-school side-scroller ones. Those were my favorite Metroid games.
Some of these WiiWare ones I've never heard of, like Cave Story and Art of Balance.
Yeah, me either. The next one, too, La Mulana. Never heard of that one. New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yep. When we go in the bottom 10, this is where it gets interesting. The worst rated game by far, actually, with a Metascore of 18, was Spog's Racing.
A WiiWare game, yeah.
Yeah, it was trashed. Yeah, and number 664, technically the second to last, is Cruisin' at 25.
I wonder if that's from the Cruisin' USA series, because I used to like those games.
It has the same look.
Yeah.
Probably didn't do well with the Wii. And the one that is next is the one I used to play, Game Party.
I knew it. A lot of people played that game, though.
I never knew they made a Game Party too.
They did? Oh, yeah. That was up there just a little further.
It's a little bit better, according to the critics, but the darts was a lot of fun.
The darts were extremely frustrating and almost impossible to master.
I got good.
They did not go where you told them to go. I'm very, very good at darts. Like, I was telling my friends, because, when I did martial arts, I also specialized in throwing weapons, so that kind of helps. But, like, I was telling my friends, this was probably like 8 years ago. I was telling my friends how I used to be really good at darts. Like, how I actually got kicked out of a dart league because I was too good for the league. Like, they wouldn't let me in because I could literally, like, bullseye anytime I want. But, like, and they were all telling me I was full of crap, and I was sitting in a chair from about 20 feet away from a dartboard and threw a dart at the board because they're like, oh, yeah, let's see. Threw the dart at the board, dead center of the board. And then none of them wanted to play darts with me after that. So...
we played mostly air hockey, I think, is what it was.
Yeah, the air hockey was awesome in there. I really enjoyed the air hockey. But the darts frustrated the crap out of me because they did not do what I wanted them to do.
Then they had Jenga World Tour. Jenga game, really?
Could you imagine trying to play a Jenga game on this like the Wii?
No, how lame can you get? Chicken shoot? What?
Hey, that could be fun.
Could be.
Like,
I've never
any type of shooting game was kind of fun on the Wii, to be honest. Like, I played a couple different Call of Duties on there. It was kind of fun.
I think a lot of the reviews said it was just too repetitive. Whatever. Never heard of it. Looney Tunes, Acme Arsenal. Okay. And they had another shooting game in the bottom called Target Terror.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these I've never even heard of, like the King of Clubs, which is a golf game.
Yeah, never heard of that one either. Valhalla Knight, a boxing game. That seems like it'd be fun, but it was not. Must have had a lot of bugs and glitches, and
that's usually what ruins games. Like at the bottom is the bugs and stuff like that. But a lot of the negative reviews for the party game was because of the graphics that made it flop. And I'm surprised to see Far Cry in that bottom 20 or bottom 50.
I don't know.
Probably because of the graphics of the Wii. Be my guess.
The graphics of the Wii and just the fact that it, like, I don't know, that would be a tough one to play on the Wii. Tamagotchi. I remember when those were popular.
There's a lot of these games I never heard of, and there was a lot of that shovelware that came out for the Wii, and yeah.
For real. The one thing that I will say that the Wii had for it and I don't know. This is kind of, it's something that's in my wheelhouse. Is the Wii was the first system that I ever had that I was able to hack, and you put the homebrew on it, and then like I have two Wii's downstairs. I have my normal Wii, and then I have my hacked Wii that has a hard drive at it that I actually like. I should show it to you sometime. It's I built hard drive. I want to say it's a 1 terabyte hard drive, might be 512. I don't know, but it's built inside of a old school Super Mario Duck Hunt cartridge, and then it's plugged into the Wii, and it has like all the good games for Wii on it. There's like 112 games or something like that on it.
Nice.
So there's a few bad ones too, but yeah, I still have that downstairs, and it's got all the Just Dance games on it. I want to go play Just Dance now.
I still want to get the Super Nintendo Mini.
Oh, I got one of those. It's also hacked.
I have 0 consoles. I gotta remedy that problem one of these days.
Yeah, you do. You need to get on that. That's important. You cannot have a gamer nerd with no consoles.
I mean, I have my PC.
I mean, you got your computer, but like, you gotta have a console too.
Yeah, one of these days. All right, so that's pretty much it for the show tonight. All right, everybody, if you want to reach out to the show for advertising or other business, podcastraw@gmail.com is our general email that goes for all of our shows. Our X is @podcastraw. Our Facebook is Raw Podcasts. Our Instagram,
Raw Podcast 1.
And our Discord is discord.gg/Raw Podcasts. Plural. Put that in your browser. You can find us right away. And you can follow us individually as well. I am at The Wigit, TheWigit, everywhere.
I am at The Archon 606, pretty much everywhere.
Have a fantastic nerdy week, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.
Have a great week, guys.